Good morning. We want to talk to you today about the control center or the solar plexus chakra in the gut. Yeah? Because we want a human to understand that this center is called the control center for a reason, not just because when a person is controlling, they have a constriction in the center or not able to conduct themselves in the life the way they want to live it. This is not what it means. It means that this chakra will actually have some control or influence, let's use that term, over the other energy centers in your body, you see. So, for example, if you are betrayed or hurt in some way, and it is affecting your heart center, your control center will then kick in to try to prevent or protect you from allowing, there's that word, similar experiences to occur that it feels might be damaging to you or hurtful to you, you see. But all the while, this energy center, which is actually governing some of the other energy centers, it is actually causing you to stop up or shut off the flow of experiences from what you have actually become by those experiences. So in essence, the human becomes the human, and it thinks that it somehow has to control its experiences, otherwise it's going to be wounded in some way. And so this solar plexus simply contracts in its control and then influences that center which has been damaged by an experience to also close or slow down, you see. And we are bringing this to your attention because a human is trying to protect itself. It's moving based upon how it feels, how it has experienced in its past lives and lineage. And so it really doesn't think in the way that you do as a conscious, a full conscious divine being, you see. And so once we can give you this understanding that the solar plexus is a very important center in the fact that when a person is called controlling or that they don't have control of their life, it's also known as a negative. The human will feel as though this is a bad thing, that someone is insulting them, let's use that term. And really, we want you to understand that it's doing nothing more than letting you know that you had an injury to one of your centers, and therefore it's coming to your assistance in the idea that it needs to defend itself, defend that center, by not allowing other experiences like it to be experienced, you see. And to some degree, it is a good thing because we say when you have your gut full or your belly full, a human will use that term, sometimes there's not a whole lot of space left in that center. So this would be one of the reasons that the control center or the solar plexus would then take over and try to prevent more things being added that would actually clog up that center even more and deny almost completely any experiences flowing to you that would be to your benefit, that have actually been formed by the experiences you're having. You would cut off your natural flow for anything really wonderful and good coming to you, let's say in the area of love, if your heart center were damaged, you see. But if you've had a number of experiences where you have been hurt in that area, maybe there's some abuse, maybe there's some betrayal, maybe there is some feeling of not being loved or worthy enough to be loved. And so you've had some repeat experiences and the heart center is very laden or slow to receive energy. Now the solar plexus in its control is really going to start denying any more experiences because it's knowing that you're close to shutting off the full amount of energy to that center and it no longer wants to have any more added or piled on top of it, you see. So what to do? Yeah, well, it's to have this understanding that a human is working together with its divine. It's not working against you or trying to harm you in any way. It's trying to protect you. And even that solar plexus, in the denying of energy to that center in the form of negative experiences because it knows it's full, yeah, or getting near full, is not necessarily a bad thing. But it's a good idea to look at the reflections, once again, that are coming to you in your life experiences, those that you are interacting with, the jobs that you have, the money that you have, how you feel in relationships. All of these things would be representative of what it is you are holding within your energy centers. And then to try to work on each one of those areas by soothing the human, by loving the human for the experience, by encouraging it to let go of the energy that it is hanging on to. And then what's going to happen is the solar plexus is going to start to relax in its control over you, in its control over others, in the feeling it has to oppose things in order to keep you safe or sound. Yeah. And so this center will then very naturally start to relax as you do the individual work on the ones that you are sensing that perhaps you have closed them down because of injury to the human, you see. So we just want to give you this understanding how this center chakra is so fundamentally working in your behalf. It's not the bad controlling person. It's not the person who has no control over themselves that should be frowned upon or looked upon as though they are somehow deficient. It is simply this center is revving up now to protect all the other ones, which you have not been able to empty out the emotion of, and therefore you are being denied experiences or natural flow of the life that you have created by those experiences. We've told you this before in recordings. A human would have everything they are wanting in their life if they were not containing something within the energy centers that were preventing the flow of that life to come in to them, you see. So we just wanted to give you this little bit of understanding, a visual really, that you could focus upon and understand that if you've been called controlling or if you've been called weak, let's use that term, that really there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing bad about you. It's just the center is revving up because you have other blockages in other centers, and it's trying to protect you from overloading those to the point where they actually shut down, and then it could be a source of illness, pain, whatever else it is that occurs in a human because they are denying their own energy to those sources or energy centers from the divine part of themselves, you see. It's not going to be a long recording today, but we just wanted to clear that up a little bit because we know that sometimes humans are insulted when they're called controlling, and we would say you're doing exactly what it is that you are designed to do, you see. You're trying to protect other areas that are already overladen by using this center's influence to deflect experiences so that you do not deposit any more in negativity. It's all you're doing. So once you realize this by looking out, I have these experiences that I'm not liking in far as relationships or in money, and then you go to work individually by loving the human for the feeling that it has. You know that it's had other lives. You know that it's had lineages, that it's foreign perceptions and beliefs that have been deposited in those centers that have caused them to slow down or close completely off. And now in the recognition of that, you can simply relax. You can simply allow. You can surrender to life. There's nothing to protect here. There's nothing to oppose here. There's nothing to worry about. You just need to go with the perception that's born out of the experience that you feel. There's no right and wrong. There's no good and bad. There's nothing happening that should not be happening. You just have to go with the natural flow. You have to stop judging it as good and bad. We know the feeling stings when you get it in negativity, but we would tell you that it is just a charge of energy. And if you could let go of it and go to the preference, your energy center would be open and the universe would flow into you what you are really calling for from that experience. Good day.